The UPX Podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host, too stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby, UPX.
What's going on, fellow Uplanders, and welcome to another episode of the Upland Property Experts. I am your host, Too Stupid to Win, and as always, I'm joined by ThankMeLater. How we doing, brother?
What up? I'm good.
Coming to you live, January 12th, 2023, episode 166.
66.
166.
Yeah, 166.
You just said 66.
I just like the number 66. I didn't say anything. I was just saying the number 66.
Okay. Jeez, chill.
Hey, Grizzly. Welcome.
Chill. We do have a lot to cover today. We got the
Do
secondary. We got stuff to cover. We do have the secondary market to talk about. We have the race to, or the 10 million NFT-to-USD milestone going on and all the cool stuff happening there. For all the people that complain about not much functionalities going on with NFLPA Legit, gearing up for the playoffs, we'll talk about that and all the different prizes that are going to be given away. And, you know, you do have the glow thing that's been going on all year. We'll jump into that. And we did speculate that when Buenos Aries would come, and that's all we have to do is talk about it and say it's going to be a while. And then they come back out and say, haha, you are wrong. Here comes a new city. So.
Oh. Look at that. I Park Ninjas rip.
Nice shirt.
Yeah. Courtesy of my boys at the Hyde Park Ninjas.
I would have never guessed.
I mean, I could have made it. I didn't, though.
Well, that's true. That is true. And then we always got time for an UPX World update, but usually most of our listeners do tune into your stream. So I don't know if we get more value out of it or not.
The other way around. My listeners tune into the stream.
Yeah. Well, whatever. If it weren't for me, you would have quit years ago, damn it.
Yeah, me and Ben 68, eh?
All right. Anyway. Anywho's, we'll get right into it today. In the secondary market. Top 10 city floors. Nothing too spectacular. Santa Clara pushing back up over 40,000. Manhattan broke back over that 80,000 UPX floor price, which is nice. Their US dollar floor price still is sub 50, so it's way down from where it used to be.
Yeah, I like the 50-80 spot for Manhattan for sure. Rutherford is nonsense as always. Santa Clara is getting to nonsense, honestly. San Francisco, honestly, super undervalued, but whatever. And the rest are kind of uneventful.
Now the interesting thing is the Bronx has been the 5th place city for almost the whole time we've been tracking this, and Arlington and Dallas both jumped them this time. The Bronx is down 11.5%, down to 10,600 UPX. Usually they've been floating right around 12,000 UPX, give or take 12,000 UPX. But my caution with Arlington and Dallas, I've said it numerous times on the show, is just there's more to be released, and there's still properties to be minted. So just watch the floor there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. If you're playing the floor there, you could definitely get burned if you're not minting the floor and then an expansion gets released. That would definitely burn you. So that's good advice, actually. Solid.
Yeah. 30-day change. 30 days looking pretty stable. I'll call it stable.
Yeah. Well, Arlington, I wonder, I'm curious if, because like I don't know that I've heard any like major nodes or anything in Arlington. So I'm wonder what's going on there. I mean, I like to see a steady increase. Maybe somebody just saw that the floor was like, I know that some people like see how many properties are sitting at the floor, and if they can like buy up the floor and then essentially increase the floor by an enough percent, which I mean 16%, 16% is enough to justify that. Like if you can single-handedly move the floor that much, like that could be beneficial.
Yeah, and you can still mint Arlington. So the Arlington UPX floor is 12,986 UPX. That's non-FSA. So that's for your non-FSA players, which is a little bit higher than what the floor is. So the floor is tracking pretty close. And then if you're looking at the FSA aspect of Arlington, it's 8,758 UPX. So if you're an FSA buyer, it's a lot better that way.
Yeah. Well, I guess with all the new FSA rules, I haven't really heard anything about like FSA buyers and stuff. Like,
yeah,
is it?
Not like it used to be.
Yeah.
Now the funny thing is in the Buenos Aires announcement, they called the FSA the Free Start Act property. Like, when did they switch it from fair to free?
Yeah, free is. I think that they forgot what it stood for. I think somebody in the marketing department was like, does anybody know what FSA stands for? Free Start Act?
Yeah.
No, fair start. It's a fair start.
It's the fair start. So hopefully somebody corrects that here shortly. But and they even have it highlighted so it links to the guides and tutorials for Upland on upland.me, and it even in there says the Fair Start Act, because I was like, I just found that funny.
Yeah.
And then the 12-week change, I'll take this, as rough as it's been going back to October 20th of 2022. Manhattan's just about break even over 3 months ago.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised at Dallas and Arlington. I feel like I'm curious what's going on there. JT, Jimmy Jester. Oh, he brought some cookies.
Jimmy's always bringing milk and cookies.
Oh, dude, milk and cookies. Oh, I want to mess up some milk. Dude, tomorrow I'm going to make some fresh chocolate chip cookies. And then I'm going to eat them all.
There you go. As soon as you say milk and cookies, first thing I think of is Oreos, and I'll just I can eat a whole pack. Like, my family thinks I have problems.
No, I mean, you do for a lot of reasons. What is your cream to cookie ratio preference?
I go with the original. The double stuff's too much cream for me. Double stuff's too much cream for me.
Double stuffed is too much cream for you? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, too much.
No, I gotta go. Whatever there's like mega stuffed. It's like triple cream.
that mega stuff is just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I'll do the mega stuff, and then I will break them in half, and just like I just love I mean, it's just sugar, but
yeah,
dude, that cream filling. Oh no, I go hard on that. Mega stuffed all the way. Yeah, I know. The private text and things that are coming. Oh yeah, sorry, Keith. Our boy Keith is actually cutting weight. He's got an MMA fight this weekend, boys.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try it. I gotta get a link to it. I might stream it, like, and commentate. Do some commentation.
Yeah.
I've never commentated. Is that the word?
Commentator. Yeah.
A commentator. A fight before, so that will be hilariously terrible. Well, first of all, I've never like commentated That's not the word. There's no way it's commentated.
Commentary, commentate, commentator,
Okay.
masturbator.
Commentated. Oh, anyway. All right. So I've never commentated any sports, anything. So
Yeah.
interesting.
And then one time my family
Wait,
left.
he's the main event? What?
Nice. Get us a link.
Yeah, we're gonna tune in. Commento. Lockie, you're just messing with me now.
All right. At least Dizzy's not flat. I'm surprised Dizzy hasn't flashed the squirrel backstage at us yet. Oh, he's looking.
He's looking. There it is.
There it is.
Squirrel.
All right. 6-month change.
How's that not an NFT?
I don't know. Probably because it was just like some free clip art off of the internet that he printed up.
That's fair.
6-month top 10 city floor change in Upland. Manhattan's down 25.8%, down from 109,900 UPX down to 81,500 UPX. Arlington, Dallas haven't been out that long. Still pretty. The only green city in US dollars is Santa Clara, up 31.67%, up to $23.70. Other than that, everybody's red or they haven't been around for 6 months. And Santa Clara UPX, if you invested 6 months ago back in July 14th, you would have had a nice return profit of 43.34%. The floor was 30,000 UPX, and today it's sitting at 43,000 UPX.
It's bubble though.
Oh,
yeah. I believe I want to go back. I'm not ever going to, for the record, but I feel like at its height of Manhattan, I was like, it's a bubble.
Yeah, you were. We all said it. One day I will change the title of this slide. But
it's been like 3 months. I don't think
something like that.
If you change it, I might be like, what happened?
I can message, just Justin and he hooks it up right away too. I just forget between now and the time that he does the stuff for us each week. So shout out Justin for hooking us up each and every week.
Justin.
So Rutherford back up to ridiculous lowest markup, 461%. Other than that, nothing bad. Manhattan at 216% is definitely not bad. Now you always say San Francisco's undervalued, but the lowest markup percentage here is 194%. And you do say that you like San Francisco at the 2x mark anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think it's at the 2x overall. I mean, the floor is 2x, sure. But somebody was selling a really nice, what's the 5 purple one? Pacific Heights. Selling a Pacific Heights like 60% over mint with an apartment. And it was like an 800. It was a big lot in Pacific Heights.
Oh, wow.
1.6. It was like 380. But it was a big earner. I was quite surprised. It was on Facebook today. I tagged it. I even tagged it hot deal. So I imagine it held. Keep an eye on Manhattan, 81.5 floor, only 6 under 90K left. Oh, there you go. See, Dizzy's. Oh, you got Dizzy over there thinking. Oh, speaking of things that Dizzy thinks about, did the gnomes start reprinting?
I don't know.
I think I might have got the last gnome ever minted. I got number 65 of the last batch.
Oh, nice.
If they don't restart printing them. Jeez. All right, cool. I got it. Yes, lots of cool things. I know.
All right. Here's the cheapest property in each city and their respective markup. Oh, this was a slide we forgot to fix from last week, but still 2,000% in Manhattan, 7,000% in Rutherford. Just crazy.
Yeah, like that's sickening.
And Santa Clara's
Oh wait, hold on. So wait, the other one was the lowest percentage.
yeah, that was the last slide.
Got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
So this is the floor markup.
Yep. This is the cheapest
So
property.
7x.
Yeah.
That seems pretty.
70x.
Well, I was looking at San Fran. No, Rutherford's nonsense. Rutherford is absolute nonsense.
Santa Clara's creeping there at also.
Santa Clara is definitely up there for some nonsense, but whatever. I don't like, to me, like, I just stay out of that. I don't understand like that play at all. So if you understand that strategy, I mean, outside of like riding the wave of like just buying it low and then something like Rutherford, as far as I know, doesn't have any development plans. Like there's no active nodes. Like there is the one stadium that has a couple things, but how does that help the property value? I go to the terminal, I send to the stadium, I go back to the terminal. Like how
nobody likes New Jersey.
Like I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
That was one of the best websites back in the day, hotchickswithdouchebags.com. And it was just like all New Jersey chicks and dudes. It was awesome to look at. And then just the comments behind it. It's no longer up. So I mean, this was like 15, 20 years ago.
Gotcha. Oh, Disney's given some inside information that says Santa Clara has a huge range, a bunch of small, cheap properties, and it jumps to a lot of 40 to 60,000 mins. So the floor UPX price will have a high markup percent. That's good insights.
Yeah. Hold on. Got sick kids going on.
Bottoms. Hey guys, did you know that $3 was the lowest you can put something up for? Now you do. Yeah, Disney controls our tech. I don't know how does he still have access to that?
Because I gave him access. He's got admin to our StreamYard.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Sorry, had a text message. Our 4-year-old's sick, so he's got a fever and just feeling blah. So that's always fun. Bottom 5 city floors in Upland. We have Detroit, Rio dropped way down, Fresno, Chicago, and Cleveland. Or no, it didn't drop way down. It's been Detroit, Rio. Fresno is the one that was the surprise that dropped in. And Chicago came back down too.
Yeah, Fresno was going strong there for a minute, I thought.
Yeah, Fresno was going strong. And Chicago was doing well too. Same with Cleveland. They just kind of fell back down. And then if we look going back 6 months ago, Rio wasn't out. Everybody's down over the last 6 months on the bottom floor, with the exception of Detroit's UPX price.
Get it, Detroit.
And then here's the cheapest markup percentage for US dollar purchases. Detroit coming back up 60% and Oakland at 57%. We're seeing more cities that are above the 50% markup or markdown, I guess, however you want to call it. But so does that mean the deals are drying up?
I mean, I wouldn't say that they're drying up. 50%. 55, I mean, 60% is still a deal.
It is.
I mean, honestly, 46% in LA, like that's probably where I would be looking, or Queens. I mean, here's a problem with LA. LA just has so many properties left. It's huge. But once it eventually sells out, and once Upland gets at capacity, right? So like if you're thinking long-term Upland, 3 to 5 years, where LA is sold out, and you're starting to get a lot more active players, the potential upside of a city like Los Angeles compared to, say, Nashville, no offense to Nashville, but like, it's just, to me, there's a lot higher. I mean, Los Angeles is a tier 1 city. So yeah.
All right, moving on. Sold out. Arlington up 2%, Dallas up 1%, and Porto up 1%. Everybody else pretty much the same.
See, something's happening. Somebody's making moves in Arlington for sure. Data sleuths. What's happening in Arlington? That would be a good metric. Like, top buyers per city per like whatever for a time period. Like, how many properties, like, stack up by person. Anyway. Jeez. Yeah. There was words in there, I promise.
There were words. I got you. I got where you're going. Writing it down too.
Oh, you're writing it down. So official. Yeah.
Well, that's so I don't forget, because we always say good things on here. I don't write it down, and then we're like, I forgot about it.
Yeah, no chance I'll remember. So it's interesting. So, like, we were just talking Nashville versus LA. So you can see, obviously, LA has significantly more properties available.
184,000 versus 63,000.
Yeah. So, what, 3x has 3 times as many properties. And I can guarantee that the total UPX value of those 184 dwarfs that 63,000 of Nashville. But LA is a tier 1 city. It minted 1,700 properties this week, which is huge. I don't think it normally mints that many, but Nashville minted 85. So at that rate, Nashville will literally never mint out, and LA will mint out way before Nashville does.
When some Nashville people get hip to Upland and realize they can buy their own stuff, they'll be in there.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, Nashville's a cool city in real life. Oh, Dizzy. Oh, Dizzy did that. That's right. I forgot.
Because usually Los Angeles is right around 1,100 properties, but Dizzy decided to jump into Hyde Park, and most people are like, hey, I'm going to invest in this neighborhood, and some people pick up 10, 15 properties. Dizzy says, I'm going to invest in it, and he buys 300.
Oh man, dang it. I owe you those images too. Crap. I'm going to do that after. I'm going to do that during the after show. People are buying Valley Glen, the Upland team node. I wonder if the Upland team picked the lowest minted neighborhoods to join. And here's the other thing. That node, Valley Glen, I just don't know. I don't think it can win anything. You can't. You're the neighborhood with all of the developers and stuff really can't probably be eligible for most of the contest, right?
Well, depends, because if sooner or later they're talking about having the ornament shops for your structures. So if they're buying them from the structure shops and the contests are now being run off of stuff that you buy in the structure shops, why not? So maybe not right away, but in the future, I could see them being able to compete.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's
because it's making a home address, it's decorating the properties, so you have to go through those aspects of it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess since they're not speculating or making any money, but it is interesting because their presence alone, like stimulates a lot of, new growth in that area. But then, yeah, I mean, I guess they could, I'm trying to think if there's, it just feels like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. If they win contests because of it, but I guess you're right. It can't be because of the developers necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And even though it's a huge area, if you look at some of the winners, some of the winning neighborhoods, you can have just a couple people with home addresses, and if you get the variety and you dig it all out, it's easier than the larger neighborhoods. Portage Park does a great job. They're a decent sized neighborhood, but
They're a huge neighborhood.
yeah.
Yeah, no, Portage Park is the reigning champ. Dan is worth like 12,000 up. But yeah, they're not allowed to go past Uplander. I don't think. Like they can't get to whatever the next one is.
Yeah, they're very limited on what they can own, but they can own and participate.
No, and I do think I think they should have their own developer environment, like to test it. But I will say having them might give them more insight. I don't know. Maybe it's hard because they can't really compete in anything, but whatever. So they don't know all of it. But I love this gold floaty.
That should be a Block Explorer.
I would rock that Block Explorer. That's super cool. You think he's like going, free llama out there in that sea of coins?
Absolutely. Scrooge McDuck in it.
Scrooge McDuck. Because, like, honestly, I feel like if you're swimming in a big thing of coins, like a swimsuit isn't going to be very effective anyway.
Nah.
Like you're just gonna get coins stuck and it'll just like fall off or get destroyed. So
yeah.
Now
the Thrifty Challenge is going on, and it's going on. They're celebrating the $10 million mark in NFT to US dollars. So that's a lot of money.
Did we get notified about because you submitted for the auction tomorrow? Yeah,
I did. I haven't had a chance to sit and look at my emails, so I don't know if we've been notified or if the people have been notified. But usually they do the top 100 people. Now they're doing the top 200 players will walk away with the $10 million Baller Block Explorer. So have you been participating? Because I know you like these Block Explorers, or you're like, whatever, I get them secondary market, I don't care.
I have not participated. I will buy them secondary market. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have time to be competitive in that. And so it's just easier for me to just buy secondhand.
That's fair. They also have an auction going on Friday, January 13th, 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern time. They're auctioning off 5 Block Explorers, 5 properties, and 5 outdoor decor items. I submitted number 10 of the OG Anvil for auction, so hopefully that gets accepted.
And I submitted the number 10 test tube for auction. So let's go.
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing in this one is this is just in US dollars auction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have to be KYC identified to be allowed to participate. So if you haven't done it, you're not going to be able to participate in the auction on Friday if you're watching us now. Usually it's a UPX, but I thought it was pretty interesting that it was a US dollar only auction. But it makes sense since it's the 10 million NFT to US dollar.
You're right. And I think I also put, I don't know if they'll accept it, but 10 Beaver Street in San Francisco.
Nice.
I thought was appropriate. I also have, and this would have been the perfect one, but and maybe I should have, honestly, 1010 Tennessee Avenue. 1010 Tennessee Avenue. It's in Dogpatch, and I have a house on it, and it's like right next to
But
like, yeah.
that's a dog patch property though, huh?
Yeah, it's a dog patch property. Speaking of anvils, I came across an anvil in Red Rocky. You did? Spoilers. Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, you got to find the anvil. There's a hidden anvil.
All right. Or anything else on the 10 million NFT to US dollar milestone?
No, I mean, that's pretty amazing, right? Like 10 million out.
Yeah.
I mean, most of that's Dizzy, I have to assume. No, he's like, nah. No.
All right.
I don't like those.
You don't like llama football players?
No, like their eye makeup looks weird.
It does.
I think if it didn't have the eye makeup, like if it had if they need the black, like the sun things, right?
Yeah, the eye black.
The eye black, like that is like club mascara for it's. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. So they got a lot going on here with this gearing up for the playoffs with the NFLPA. So they've had the team fan score leaderboard going on all season. The top 10 players on each leaderboard will win unique prizes at the end of the postseason. And you have till the end of February 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific to work your way up and down the leaderboard along with your collections. Oh, I got them out of order. So what did
What's
I do
happening
here? I don't know.
What?
I'm missing a slide somewhere.
What are you missing?
I'll stop sharing for a minute. Something got out of order. I'll figure it out. Oh, there we go.
Jeez, oh Pete's.
It happens. It happens. So
what is happening in chat right now? Y'all need to calm down. I can't even show these comments. No, we're not somewhere in between. Is it Wet Beaver?
There's Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. There's a lot of beaver out there.
Is it the Drunk Beaver? Wet Beaver. It's got to be Wet Beaver.
There we go. So the team fan score overall, you get the number one gets 100,000 UPX, 0.25 Spark, and a Block Explorer. And this is for your team fan score leaderboard that's been going on all season. Then you guys are killing me. So the top three players, it's an exclusive 1 of 3 Block Explorer. So they said they'll show them off soon. I'll be interested to see what they get for there because they don't have the IP from the NFL. So I'll be very interested to see what the 1 of 3 Block Explorer for each team is going to be.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to surprise us and say that they've made a deal with the NFL and now they have the ability to use their IP on this stuff.
I mean, I love the optimism. It's really cute, but
I wasn't even optimistic on it. That's why I said I'm interested to see what it would be.
Yeah.
So then they have the global fan score going on. Once again, it's season long, and the top 100 players will win rewards. The interesting thing here is they have a series NFLPA Series T trim. So I'm assuming that's a car.
Yeah, it's a truck.
Yeah. And then you get a unique Block Explorer. And if you are the overall global winner, you get a Outdoor Decor Championship trophy.
What?
Yeah.
Well, this is insane.
Yeah, you see all the people that have been complaining all year long that there wasn't enough going on with the NFLPA. Here's your reward.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, you get a full spark. You get one spark for being, the biggest NFLPA. Now, okay, granted, the people probably spent a lot
what
of
is
money.
that? That's like what
You get 1 million UPX and a spark.
Yeah, but I mean,
and a truck.
That Abdullah, that's like nothing for him. It's like 0.1% more spark. He's barely going to get anything for crushing this tournament.
I don't think he's the overall global fan score leader with this.
Well, if he ain't now, he will be tomorrow.
Yet.
Yeah, like, come on. It can't be like, who is? And how do you know he's not?
Because the highest fan score right now is, well, I haven't looked at the global leaderboard. I was just looking at the individual fan scores.
People are saying that people are saying Abdullah doesn't do the NFLPA. That might make sense.
Yeah.
Well, then our boy TM might be in it. He's got to be up there, right?
TM's in it. BT Hokey 2008's in it. You also have MM Ling 11. There's a handful of them that battle it out.
Scores?
Depends anywhere. Just for teams, individual teams, they're in the 200,000s. I know MM Lang 11 has a couple 200,000 fan scores for some teams out there. TM pushes 100,000, 200,000 on some of them too. Yeah. So they're also doing the Ultimate Fan Challenge. They're having that going on too. And basically it is building off your fan score increase from the previous week. So it's a great way for you to spend more UPX each and every week. Now, they have the round starting each week of the playoffs leading up to the Super Bowl, which they can't call the Super Bowl. They call it the big game. The big game. And then, yeah, the funny thing is the top 100 players each week will include a unique block explorer to show off. Once again, they'll show that to us soon. You get some UPX, you get some spark, but
that's kind of cool.
Here's the thing: is the prices get really jacked up for the playoffs. So as you can see, regular season, the game balls, the caps, the jerseys priced okay, but then they go wild card, divisional championship, and the big game, and you can see how the prices increase from regular season to the wild card divisional. They stay the same. The championship, the divisional championship bumps up, and then the big game really jumps up. At least it wasn't as insane as last year. They learned their lesson last year with the playoffs, where it was something ridiculous. What was it, 26 million for the big game ball?
Yeah, it was some absurd. It was bananas.
Yeah.
I mean, these don't seem terrible because I mean, these are only player tier. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, do they always do that? A game ball per player tier?
I didn't. The game ball was just a game ball.
I thought it was just the game ball.
It is, but any tier player can win the game ball. It's the one that has the best, stats for the game that usually ends up with because sometimes kickers end up with the game ball or a defensive player ends up with the game ball. So you spend $200 for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there is only one game ball. It's just that
right.
You don't know who it's. That's kind of stupid to put.
Correct. They should have just put game ball and saved some room on the spreadsheet.
Yeah. Player tier just 1 through 5.
Yep. And then
yeah,
they do have the triple threat challenge going on. And it's for all the 14 teams in the playoffs. and you must complete the Triple Threat Challenge by 10 a.m. on the Friday before playoff games begin. And they take a snapshot of collections at that point in time. Once again, your essentials get 1x, your mementos get 1.5x. And then if you have fire stats, that continues to provide you a better multiplier. And if you're looking for insights to fire stats, definitely check out myself and Mars Utah. Each week we'll break down our thoughts and our picks for who has a good chance at getting multiple fire stats on Legit's Fired Up.
That's cool. So wait, so what is the Triple Threat Challenge? Like,
so you pick 3 players from a team, and basically it's the points that they score based off of their performance in the game. And then
so like a mini fantasy type thing.
Yeah, a mini fantasy type thing.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then it's based on what tier you get, I guess.
Yep.
Or you're against other people. Interesting.
Yeah, so if you have a memento, you get 1.5x, and then on top of that, if they got fire stats, one fire stats 1.1, 2 is 1.2, so on all the way up to the rarity 5 fire stat, which is a 2x.
Oh, dang, it goes all the way up to 2x?
Yeah. 4 fire stats gives you a 1.5, but if you have that rare fire stat, because it's got to be a blowout and they got to hit all the other categories. So those are rarer.
Yeah.
But that gives you a 2x. I have a 5 fire stat lineman, but that doesn't do you much for a triple threat challenge.
Yeah. No, that's dang. There's lots of cool stuff happening with NFLPA. I might try to do the triple threat thing. Although I don't do you have to have players from the current season?
So you have to have your best chance of it. You have to have people from the current season. You got to have some mementos from the current season with the fire stats in it. So, you can only get the mementos game day. So, and then they close out after the games close. So if you don't have anything for the season, you can go buy this weekend and play next weekend.
I mean, I could always just buy secondhand.
That's true. You can always buy secondhand.
Unsold mementos should reduce price like property reverse auctions. So, interesting.
Makes it rare though. I do like that they go unsold because it makes them rarer.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them to decrease in price.
Because you're already paying a good amount of UPX for these mementos each week. So, yeah. Buenos Aires is coming Thursday, January 19th, 2023.
So is this just Miles's new thing that I make up? Because it fits here.
Yes.
It fits here better, I guess I'll say.
It's emo Miles.
He kind of looks like the guy from Clockwork Orange. I don't know why. If you want some milk, sorry, Buenos Aires. Yeah, I'm shocked. I am thoroughly shocked. I was definitely not expecting it this soon.
Miles is getting into Alice Cooper lately.
Yes, Alice Cooper vibes for sure.
All right. So terminal sales, that's the first thing that happens in a city release. Registration starts Monday, January 16th and closes Tuesday, January 17th. And then there's going to be 10 train terminals and there's going to be 10 airport terminals.
Yeah, and they said that the airports are going to connect to 7 other airports.
Yes.
So that's most of them, the international ones. So,
well, 7 is not most of them because I think this is City 27 or City 28.
Yeah, but there's not. How many international airports are there? And
about 7. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Wait, don't shake your head at me like that.
So if you don't, you should always register for these, by the way. So these, like, And if you don't have the UPX or whatever, just phone a friend. You always want to try and go for the terminals. And I think that this airport terminal is going to be a really nice terminal because it's a 7. With it connecting to 7, it's going to be very flexible.
Oh, absolutely. And there's definitely ways to. These are only sold in US dollars this time around. So, but there's ways to acquire it. So definitely register, get your spot in line, and people make deals all the time for it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I mean, the airport terminals you can almost instantly sell afterwards for like 2,000. Not financial advice, but I mean, 2,000. Because I feel like easy. And then the train terminal, I mean, you could get 600. Hell, you could probably get
750.
Yeah, 750 would probably be that's probably the better number. But yeah, so, or you could definitely get like probably 1.5 million UPX for a train terminal. Because somebody like Dizzy, who gets that in like 4 days, would just like snatch up a train terminal. I feel like at that price.
Yeah. So this one ends up being a medium style city as they're looking at it. We're looking at 11 to 17 collections. It does have an airport. So, and then they're talking about 30% FSA right around there. So that puts you more at a 222 city.
222. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a safe bet. While it isn't like a tier 1 city necessarily, it is the capital city. So you want to be respectful of that. You don't want to put them as a tier 3 city and to be the capital, I feel like. So yeah. I think right in the middle is a great spot for it.
And it's a tier 4 treasure hunting city.
Not bad.
Not bad. 30% FSA.
Oh, there's the send fees.
Yeah.
20, 50. Okay. Yeah.
48%. 48 neighborhoods. I'm sorry. 48 neighborhoods overall.
But they're only releasing like 6.
Yeah. So they're starting out with these 6 neighborhoods.
Oh, interesting.
And I see how some of them, you got that one that's just kind of like way up there, right, all by itself.
Dude, you know what it is? They keep hearing all of our fun stories about Kitty Island, man.
Yeah.
People are wanting a Kitty Island experience. Like, this will be as close as you can get. You have to float your butt over there, like just like hoping.
But the Kitty Island properties weren't cheap, but they weren't like super expensive. But the one that's like kind of
cheap, they were 150,000.
Right. But to some people, 150,000, that's not cheap.
Sure, but for what they were cheap. Like they beyond. Well, first of all, it took 8 hours. It took like legitimately 8 hours for someone to activate one. It was excruciating. It was actually a lot of fun. I would love to see that today. I guess there's just so many players now. I don't know if it would have the same effect.
Oh, yeah. Now the interesting thing is with that property that's just way out there, it's the FSA neighborhood. So it's like you poor people go over there and everybody else can hang out over here.
You peasants over there.
Like you couldn't find anything closer.
Yeah. I do think it's interesting, and I think it's very strategic of them because we talked about it before. You need to be able to advertise that, your initial offering of it sold out, right? Like that's kind of a big deal.
Right.
And so like the all of those prime properties along the water and in those little coves and stuff, which people go nuts for, like all of that's going to sell out super, super quick. So, I mean, it makes sense.
I like it, but I hate it just because they're putting all that water property out there because they go so quick.
They go so quick. People love water properties.
And that's, if you have a limited amount of UPX, but you can get here to Buenos Aires for it. And if you can get by the water, the race to the water, start minting water. And, usually in a new city, you can flip it for 20, 30%, but the water properties, you can flip even higher.
Yeah, people love the water and I like the shape of some of these neighborhoods and stuff makes me believe that there's going to be some interesting properties because like it looks like between that like waterway there might be like a sliver of something, or maybe it's just the end. I don't know.
No, there's like connection. It's kind of weird. There's like waterways with little connectors connecting between it. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
To see the property layout.
Quality H2O. That's some high quality H2O right there. Nice.
But yeah, so it'll be interesting. It's always I'm actually gonna try and go down there, but it's my work schedule's been so crazy lately. It's hard to do a city launch now because of my work schedule.
Yeah. I'm broke. I mean, so that's why I'm like, I would love to go down there, but dang, I don't have any UPX.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were having fun. But once again, another city release, there's plenty of groups out there that do their research ahead of time, that if you're on their Discord channels, you can get the research ahead of time. As always, it's a vanilla mode. I don't think they'll ever release another city with the collections known ahead of time.
No.
But they still put it out that it's vanilla mode. So there's that. Have fun, do your research, budget it. And that's always the conflict because the day of the release, the day before the release, a lot of people are trying to get liquid so you can get some 60, 70% under mint properties in big cities. So you got to have a good budget and just have fun doing it.
Yeah. I gotta have fun. If it's not fun, don't do it. Just go buy the cheap under mint properties that people are liquidating. Save yourself the stress.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. So you can get the 60, 70, 80% under mint properties, but they're nothing special and there's not a high demand of it right away. So you hold on to it, but you're earning that much more interest. While here you can flip, depending on where you get a property, you can flip it anywhere from 20 to 100%.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a gamble. It just also depends. Like I think we're gonna start seeing. Well, I think it'll still sell out. It'll just be a question of how quick do they release more, right?
Yes.
So that's going to be the thing. If it sells out in like a day and they don't release an expansion like that could be a potential short term. You want to sell in that case. Do not buy in at that point. Like if it sells out and they're not like there's not an immediate launch of more, do not buy secondary market. You get right through the coals. Like wait for it to pop, wait for the expansion to release, and let those prices go down.
And we've seen it before with the initial city releases. It sells out, which they want it to do.
Yeah.
And then a few days later to a week later, they release some more. And that usually sells pretty quickly. It's usually that third or fourth wave of it where it kind of settles down and then it's available for everybody. So don't panic if you miss the first wave.
Yeah. And again, if it sells out and it's like been sold out for a little bit, don't bother trying to buy secondary market. You're just going to get taken through the coals.
Buying under mint in the fire sale might be the smarter play than trying to resell first mints.
It's a safer play for sure.
Yes.
There's really no risk there, but there's not. Your variable for your reward is pretty set, where minting there, Who knows? You could score an ultra rare.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. All right. What's going on in UPX world?
Oh, what isn't going on? So we have our alpha launch is in test right now with our VIX members. It's going good. And we have some developments on the one and only Hyde Park Ninjas going on. Hopefully we'll have some gameplay and stuff to show soon on that. And 11/11 yesterday just closed out Epic 2. Our boy Mars Utah had the highest selling pyramid piece. It sold for over 4,000 wax.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like $200.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
$200, $20.
No, it was $200.
Okay.
4,000
Oh,
wax.
okay.
I
haven't looked at the price of wax lately.
It's like 10 cents, maybe 5 cents, 10 cents. I don't know. Yeah, the shirt looks amazing. We got to get. I don't know if the ninjas are gonna have like a store or what, but well. And speaking of stores, wait, Dizzy, can I let that out of the bag?
5 cents.
Dizzy is going to be opening up a Block Explorer meta venture there out in Hyde Park, LA. So better get on it. He bought like 325 properties in that neighborhood this weekend. So yeah, if you aren't in Hyde Park, LA yet, you got to get there. Yeah, I don't know. We got to figure out if we can get you these printed. They're cool. It's so cool. Oh,
how's it feel though?
Oh no, it's super comfortable. Yeah, no, it fits good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, fan.
Let's see here. Anything else we need to talk about that's been going on this week?
What's been going on?
Where is my Upland news? I love their little daily clips that they
Oh, the little
daily.
in the daily
news wires. Yeah.
Yes.
I love their little dailies. Sometimes they put stuff out and then delete it too. They're like, man, maybe shouldn't have done that.
Man, that was a little too far, maybe. Oh,
yeah.
Look at that. We're giving shirts away in the community contest. Be on the lookout. Oh, snap. Better get in that Discord, bro.
Yeah. They did announce a landmark sale, the Fox Theater. That's a pretty good one.
What's the mint for?
Where is the Fox Theater?
I was gonna give somebody reminded me I had this awesome new way to liquidate and or a better way to liquidate. It's not like awesome, but a better way to liquidate to get UPX to USD.
What's that?
Block Explorers.
Oh.
So the ratio first of UPX to USD in Block Explorers is much better than in the property space.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's no holding period, so you can buy it and sell it immediately, and you're not capped at 20. You can have as many as you want for sale.
Yeah.
It's literally the best way. You can buy like, even if you were buying like the mugs for like 15,000 UPX or whatever they were,
right,
and then selling them for 12 USD, like
yeah.
I'd take $12 for 15,000 UPX most days of the week, honestly. Like that's a good conversion rate.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, that's Yeah, no, it's such a great idea. I mean, you definitely want to make sure that you're partnered with a Block Explorer meta venture owner to make sure like your things are getting through quickly, or own your own. That's an easy way to do it.
Yeah. So the Fox Theater's in Detroit, and the starting price is 6.3 million UPX. So that will go pretty quick.
That will go pretty quick. Yep.
And it's actually a pretty cool theater. I've gone to it for a couple of different stand-up comedians. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it's a pretty cool theater, pretty awesome architecture in there. So
Nice.
yeah.
What up, Wolf?
And then I got to talk to Wolf Warner, see if he's interested in a Dynasty Fantasy League, because he's on the waiting list for next year's Upland Fantasy Football League. But I want to see if he's down for a higher dollar Dynasty League. So I'll be talking to you.
Oh my goodness.
I got problems.
Yeah, you do, because you're not even good at it. Do you know who's good at it?
Not you.
Who's the league champion?
Not you.
Who's the league champion? Right
you
here.
are.
Right here.
You
and my
are.
boy Jay Burrow didn't even get to finish his game. But we still won. Boom.
And I like how you just go to the initial now, because you can never remember his first name.
I know Joe Burrow.
And that's the funny thing is he's got
to me and say it's Joe, not Jason. I know he shares the same first name as me. I know the dude's name. He's from Cincinnati. Every Joe in Cincinnati knows each other. Me and JB.
He's not from Cincinnati.
He's in the Cincinnati now.
He plays in Cincinnati.
Well, there you go.
Oh, yes. You won the league. Congratulations. And we'll hear about it till next year's league.
Yeah, for sure.
But I won it last year. You won it this year. It stays, and we formed it as the podcast. So it's just right.
That the correct champion is now at the top. Yes, it is right. I'm glad that you agree.
I wouldn't go with the correct champion, but
winner. His first name is Thank. Yeah.
So my daughter says that she needs to come on and do an intro so she can get us so many more subscribers, because little kids on grown-up channels bring you that much more subscribers. That's her theory.
I don't necessarily know that I want the people that are subscribing when they see the little kid.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Is that what? Because then they take our jobs. Because then, how am I can't compete with a cute kid. You're going to show a cute kid and then cut to me?
Yeah.
They'd be like, what is this? That was a bait and switch. I thought this was going to be a fun, entertaining channel.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey, and
old white dudes talking nonsense for an hour.
My youngest son stole the Legit's Fired Up show last week. He came rolling in the middle of the broadcast, and I had it was bad. He ripped his diaper off in the middle of the show, not on camera. My daughter comes in, she's like, he ripped his diaper off and there's poo. So I'm like, Mars, you got to roll solo. So I blanked the camera and muted the audio, took care of that, came back in, picked it back up where Mars was, jumped right back in, and we continued to roll. And we were doing it live. So it was live Saturday morning. And there was no being able to edit it out. And then he comes in and he's upset about stuff. So, and then he's throwing a fit because I forget what he wanted or I wouldn't let him do. So then he sat up on my lap and kind of stole the show. And every time I started talking, he tried talking into the microphone too. I'm like, dude, you got to let me talk. It was bad.
That sounds awesome.
And that's why we do the podcast while they're in bed.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before we get out of here this week?
No, I think that does it for me.
I keep forgetting to play the market update clip every time that we do the market updates each week.
Shucks.
And I've been playing the wrong intro. That was just that was just something fun that Lucifer FX created for us. You know, that wasn't one of the things that he intended for it to be the intro to the show. I was like, I like that one, so I rolled with it. So I will be posting a video here soon and letting our followers vote on which intro they like, the one that it was supposed to be the intro or the one that I picked.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. Wasn't professional like this show. Oh, thanks, Franklin. You see, Wolf's already saying he's winning it next year. He hasn't even made the league yet, and he's winning it next year.
We'll see about that, mister. You have to get past the reigning champion first.
Jeez. It's going to be a long off season. Yeah. Long off season. Everybody be safe. Have fun. We'll see you out there in the metaverse.
The UPX Podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host who's stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby, UPX.